recall if the Supreme Court yesterday heard oral arguments in a case about the Affordable Care Act. The issue is whether federal subsidies for states that did not establish their own health exchanges are legal. What's at stake for Virginia here?
Well, and we're one of those states that did not do our own state exchange. So a couple of things I'm worried about. Obviously, if they totally upend it. The other issue is they have to decide, do you have to return the subsidies? I mean, this could have a dramatic impact on all of us. And we had all the national governors in town the other day. This was a big topic of discussion. You know, listen, I constitutionally can't fathom that the Supreme Court would say that they can't offer these subsidies. I mean, you think in the history of this country what we've done on subsidies. But, you know, listen, the Supreme Court, as you well know, we won't go back to Bush v. Gore today, but sometimes they make decisions you just find somewhat implausible. I hope it doesn't happen. I mean, we just went through our sign-up period. We had about 384,000 people. 384,763 sign up for our for the federal exchange. Over 160,000, we believe, were brand new, first-time, folks to sign up. It's a big deal for us, and I'd hate to see these folks who now maybe have a chance at health care all of a sudden lose that health care, because you can really see the difference. I can tell you this, having sat with all these governors, and listen, I worked hard to get Medicaid expansion in the Commonwealth, very hard, as you know.
Yep.
General Assembly wouldn't go for it. We're forfeiting about $2.5 billion of economic activity that runs through our Commonwealth. I could have saved our budget over $100 million this year. So there's the economic, but there's also the moral. So these 400,000 folks, we've paid for them. They are in desperate need of health care. But listen to governors like Mike Pence, probably the most conservative governor, Kojo, in America, from Indiana. He closed the coverage gap. Governor Kasich of Ohio, another top conservative in the country, closed the coverage gap. And to listen to them talk about how their folks are now getting coverage, but also the new jobs that are being created. This is a big deal. Hospitals are hurting.
Your health secretary, Bill Hazel, has said the entire healthcare system has to deliver better value.
Yep.
Do you believe you can get there without Medicaid expansion?
No. Go with me to the Ram Clinic one time, Kojo, down in Wise County. It's a weekend where doctors and dentists volunteer. It is the saddest thing you've ever seen. Thousands of people sit out in the mud and rain waiting. And at 4 a.m., they hit capacity, and over 1,000 people were turned away last year. These people are desperate for health care. We have paid for them. In Kojo, if you get in a car in Wise, Virginia, and you drive 40 miles west to West Virginia, they close the coverage gap, and their people are getting health care. This is the Commonwealth of Virginia, the home of 8 presidents, 1607, the birthplace of our nation, and we're leaving these 400,000 folks without health coverage. And it ends up, why did almost every chamber of commerce endorse my efforts? Every major business folks came out. They get it. Hospitals could close. Clearly, hospitals are cutting services back because the federal dish payments are slowly ending, and they're UVA and VCU.
So what plan can you conceivably have in place in Virginia if the court does rule against the subsidies?
We don't know. Nobody knows. In fact, the governors, we spent a lot of time talking about this. I have asked Secretary Hazel to give contingency plans. But I'll be honest with you, you had nearly 50 governors sitting around a table trying to figure that out. This would be so upend what we do in our country. And you got to remember, Kojo, we're competing on a global basis today. You're going to make our workforce less healthy. Now, you may have issues with the health care bill. Don't end it. Fix it.
The plaintiffs leading this challenge are Virginia residents. Have you had any conversations with them about this case?
I don't think it'll make much difference. But you know me, I'll talk to anybody.